Donald Trump stood at the podium in Phoenix, Arizona. The crowd roared. Cameras flashed. He leaned into the microphone. "You know who really ran that administration?" Trump asked. "It wasn't Barack. Let me tell you, it was Michelle. She wore the pants." Barack just nodded along like a good little... He paused. The crowd laughed nervously. "Michelle Obama thinks she's so classy," Trump continued. "But let me tell you something. She's not. She's angry. Always angry. You see her face? That's not a first lady. That's someone who hates this country." The words hung in the air. Reporters typed frantically. Social media exploded within seconds. Trump wasn't finished. Barack let her push him around. Weak. Very weak. And Michelle? She acts like she's better than everyone, than you, than me. But she's not. Trust me, she's not. The rally continued for another hour, but those 30 seconds would change everything. CNN played the clip on loop. Fox News debated it. MSNBC brought in panels of experts. Twitter erupted with reactions. Some defended Trump, others called for apologies, but Barack Obama said nothing. Not that night, not the next day. His silence was deafening. Michelle Obama's team received hundreds of calls. Publishers wanted statements. Talk shows offered interviews. Political allies asked how to respond. Michelle declined them all. She sat in her home office in Washington. Barack walked in with coffee. "You okay?" he asked. "I'm fine," Michelle said. Her voice was calm, too calm. Barack knew that tone. It meant she was processing, calculating. "You want me to say something?" Barack asked. "No," Michelle said immediately. "Not yet." "When?" Michelle looked at him. "When it matters." Barack nodded. He understood. Timing was everything in politics. React too quickly, you look defensive. Wait too long, you look weak. But there was a third option. React at exactly the right moment, in exactly the right way. The media didn't understand the silence. Cable news filled hours speculating. Why wasn't Obama responding? Was he afraid of Trump? Was Michelle furious with him for staying quiet? Former Obama staffers got calls constantly. "What's the president thinking?" reporters asked. "No comment," they all said. But privately, they were worried. They knew Barack. They knew he felt things deeply, especially when it came to Michelle. The insults weren't just political attacks. They were personal, vicious. 3 days passed. Still nothing from Obama. Political commentators started writing think pieces. "Has Obama lost his voice?" one headline read. "Trump wins again through silence," claimed another. Then, on the fourth day, something changed. Barack Obama's team sent out a cryptic message to major news networks. "Prepare for a statement. Tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern." No details. No preview. Just that. The media went into overdrive. Every network cleared their schedules. Speculation ran wild. What would Obama say? Would he attack Trump? Defend Michelle? Call for unity? Nobody knew. Barack Obama walked into the National Press Club alone. No Michelle, no advisors visible behind him. Just him, a podium, and about 200 journalists crammed into the room. He didn't smile. He didn't wave. He simply approached the microphone. "Thank you for coming," Barack began. His voice was measured, controlled. "I'm going to keep this brief. Many of you expected me to respond to recent comments made about my wife. You expected anger. You expected a political statement. You expected me to defend Michelle's honor." He paused. The room was silent except for camera shutters. "But here's what I want to say instead." Barack pulled out a folder. He opened it slowly. 3 years ago, Donald Trump called my birth certificate fake. He claimed I wasn't American. He spent years spreading that lie. Reporters leaned forward. This wasn't what they expected. 2 years ago, he claimed my administration was the worst in history, that we accomplished nothing, that we hurt America. Barack flipped a page. 6 months ago, he said I was a terrible president who didn't understand business or economics. Another page turned. And now, he's attacking Michelle, my wife, the mother of my children, a woman who served this country with grace and dignity. Barack closed the folder. He looked directly into the cameras. "I stayed quiet through all of it. You know why? Because I know something Donald Trump will never understand. Real strength isn't about hitting back every time someone insults you. Real strength is knowing when to speak and when to let your work speak for itself. The room erupted with questions. Barack raised his hand. I'm not finished? Silence returned immediately. Michelle Obama doesn't need me to defend her. She's the most accomplished first lady in modern history. She's raised two incredible daughters. She's inspired millions of people around the world. She's written books that have helped countless people find their voice. Barack's voice grew stronger. But I'm not here to list accomplishments. I'm here to say this. Donald Trump attacked my wife because he knows something. He knows that she represents everything he fears. Intelligence, authenticity, real power that comes from character, not money or bluster. Reporters scribbled frantically. So here's my response, Barack continued. I'm not going to insult Donald Trump. I'm not going to call him names. I'm not going to lower myself to that level. He paused. What came next shocked everyone. Instead, I'm going to do something different. Barack Obama reached into his jacket pocket. He pulled out a single piece of paper. I'm issuing a challenge, he said, to Donald Trump directly. The room went electric. This was unprecedented. Former presidents didn't challenge sitting presidents publicly. Here's the deal, Barack said. You want to question my wife's character? Fine. Let's make it interesting. I challenge you to a public debate. Just you and me. No moderators. No time limits. We sit down for 3 hours and discuss policy, character, and leadership. Gasps filled the room. We'll do it live, Barack continued. Any network that wants to carry it can carry it. We'll discuss healthcare, immigration, the economy, foreign policy, everything you claim you do better than I did. He placed the paper on the podium. And here's the kicker. If you accept, all proceeds from the broadcast go to charity. Your choice of charity and mine, we each pick one. Barack leaned into the microphone. But here's my condition. We don't prepare. We don't have talking points written by staff. Just two men, two chairs, and an honest conversation about who we are and what we believe. The questions came like rapid fire. Mr. President, do you really think Trump will accept? What if he refuses? Isn't this beneath a former president? Barack raised his hand again. One more thing, he said. The debate happens in Chicago, my city, where I started my career as a community organizer, where I learned that real leadership means serving people, not yourself. He stepped back from the podium. That's all I have to say. The offer stands for 1 week. After that, I'll consider the matter closed. Barack Obama walked out of the press club. He didn't take questions. He didn't elaborate. He simply left. The media exploded. Every channel broke into special coverage. Political analysts debated whether this was brilliant or reckless. Trump supporters called it a desperate stunt. Obama supporters called it genius. But everyone had the same question. Would Trump accept? Donald Trump was in Mar-a-Lago when he saw the news. His advisors gathered around him in the dining room. TVs on every wall showed Barack Obama's challenge on repeat. He's bluffing, one advisor said. He knows you won't do it. It's a trap, another warned. No matter what happens, the media will say he won. Trump watched the screen. His jaw was tight. He hated this. Obama had flipped the script. Trump had thrown an insult, expecting Obama to either ignore it or fire back weakly. Instead, Obama had turned it into a spectacle, a challenge, a test of courage. Trump's poll numbers were already in his head. His team had briefed him that morning. He was down in key swing states. His base was solid, but independent voters were slipping away. A debate with Obama could change everything, or destroy everything. What do the numbers say? Trump asked his political director. It's risky, she replied, but if you win, you neutralize Obama's influence completely. If you refuse, it looks like weakness. Trump stood up. He paced the room. Get me on Fox, he said. Tonight. His team scrambled. Within hours, Trump was scheduled for a prime-time interview with Sean Hannity. The nation waited. Sean Hannity sat across from Donald Trump in his usual studio. The show opened with the clip of Obama's challenge. Mr. President, Hannity began, the whole country wants to know, will you accept Barack Obama's debate challenge? Trump smiled. That calculated smile he used when he knew he had everyone's attention. You know what I think, Sean? I think Barack Obama is scared. He sees what I've accomplished. He sees how I've made America great again, and it kills him. Hannity nodded enthusiastically. This whole thing with Michelle, Trump continued. I was making a point. She was out there criticizing me, criticizing my policies, so I responded. That's what I do. I fight back. But the debate? Hannity pressed. Trump leaned forward. Here's the thing about Barack Obama. He had 8 years to fix this country. He failed. Now he wants to debate me? To compare our records? Sean, that's not even close. I've done more in my time than he did in 8 years. The audience applauded. So yes, Trump said, I'll accept his little challenge. But not on his terms. Hannity's eyes widened. I'll debate him, Trump continued, but we do it in Florida. We do it with a moderator. And we do it for 90 minutes, not 3 hours. I don't have time to sit around all day talking. I have a country to run. The response was immediate. Obama's team issued a statement within the hour. The former president's offer was clear: 3 hours, no moderator, Chicago. Those terms are non-negotiable. Anything less is just political theater. Trump fired back on Twitter. Typical Obama, wants to control everything. Scared to have a real debate with a real moderator. Sad. The standoff had begun. Behind the scenes, teams from both sides began talking. Not officially, not publicly, but through intermediaries. A former Democratic senator who was friends with Republicans, a prominent businessman who donated to both parties, a respected journalist who both sides trusted. They met in a private room at a hotel in New York. 3 hours is too long, Trump's representative said. The American people won't watch 3 hours. Then maybe Trump doesn't have 3 hours of substance. Obama's representative countered. Back and forth it went. Location, format, moderator, charity selection. Meanwhile, the public pressure mounted. Polls showed that 70% of Americans wanted to see the debate happen. Both sides were losing support every day it didn't happen. Michelle Obama finally broke her silence. She went on The View. I don't need anyone to defend me, Michelle said. I've dealt with worse than Donald Trump's insults. But I appreciate what Barack is doing. He's not defending me. He's challenging the bully to actually back up his words with substance. The host asked if she wanted the debate to happen. Absolutely, Michelle said. Because I know my husband. I know how he prepares. I know how he thinks. And I know that when given a fair platform, truth wins over bluster every single sil. The clip went viral. Michelle Obama trended for 2 days straight. Trump's team saw the numbers. They were losing the PR battle. Every day Trump didn't agree to Obama's terms made him look weaker. Finally, after 8 days of back and forth, a deal was reached. 2 hours. Chicago. No traditional moderator, but a respected timekeeper to ensure equal time. 2 charities chosen by each side. The debate was scheduled for 3 weeks from announcement, September 15th. Prime time. Every major network would carry it. America held its breath. Barack Obama returned to Chicago 2 weeks before the debate. He rented a small office downtown. No big team, no speechwriters. Just him, a few close advisors, and stacks of research. He studied Trump's patterns, his tendencies, his weaknesses, but he also studied his own presidency, the decisions he made, the ones he regretted, the ones he stood by. Michelle visited him every few days. You ready? She asked during one visit. Getting there, Barack said. Remember, Michelle said, this isn't about winning points. It's about showing who you are versus who he is. Barack nodded. He knew she was right. Meanwhile, in Florida, Trump prepared differently. He held mock debates with staffers playing Obama. He watched clips of Obama's speeches. He practiced zingers and comebacks. His team drilled him on policy, healthcare numbers, immigration statistics, economic data. But Trump kept getting distracted. I don't need to memorize numbers, he told his team. I need to show strength. Dominance. That's what people want to see. His advisors worried. They knew Obama would come prepared. They knew this wasn't a typical political debate where sound bites won. This was 2 hours of sustained conversation. Nowhere to hide. Nowhere to deflect. The media coverage intensified. Every day brought new analysis, new predictions, new polls on who would win. Vegas had odds. Obama was slightly favored, but it was close. The nation was divided, but everyone agreed on one thing. This would be the most watched political event in decades. September 14th. The night before the debate, Barack Obama sat alone in his hotel room in Chicago. He didn't review notes. He didn't practice answers. He just sat quietly, thinking about why he was doing this. It wasn't really about Trump's insult to Michelle. She could handle that. It was about something bigger. The country was divided, angry, lost. Obama believed that real leadership meant showing people what dignified disagreement looked like, what honest conversation looked like. His phone rang. It was Michelle. "How you feeling?" she asked. "Calm," Barack said. "Good. Remember, you've already won. By showing up, by being yourself. That's the victory." "I know. I love you," Michelle said. "I love you too." In Mar-a-Lago, Trump was surrounded by advisors. They ran through final talking points, practiced responses, suggested strategies. Trump listened, but his mind was elsewhere. He kept thinking about Obama's calm demeanor, that unshakable confidence. It infuriated him and worried him at the same time. "Mr. President," one advisor said, "remember, this is your moment to show America why they chose you, why you're the future and he's the past." Trump nodded, but something gnawed at him. A small voice asking, "What if Obama is better at this than you?" He pushed the thought away. September 15th arrived, the day millions had been waiting for. The Chicago theater was packed, not with a large audience, but with carefully selected guests, equal numbers from both sides. Journalists, political figures, regular citizens. 2 chairs sat in the center of the stage, a small table between them with water, a clock visible to both participants and the audience. Barack Obama walked out first. The crowd stood, half applauded, half sat silent. He waved, smiled, took his seat. Then Donald Trump entered. The same reaction, reversed. His supporters erupted. Obama's supporters remained seated. Trump sat down. The 2 men shook hands. The grip was firm on both sides. The timekeeper explained the rules. 2 hours. They would alternate who spoke first on each topic. 5 topics total. 24 minutes per topic. "Gentlemen," the timekeeper said, "the first topic is leadership. President Trump, you begin." Trump leaned forward. "Leadership is about results," he began. "When I took office, I inherited a mess. The economy was weak. Our military was depleted. Other countries were laughing at us. I changed all that." He continued for his 12 minutes, hitting his talking points, emphasizing his accomplishments. Then Obama's turn came. "Leadership is about service," Barack said. "It's about waking up every day asking how you can make life better for people who will never meet you, who will never thank you, who might not even vote for you." His voice was calm, measured. "Donald, you talk about results. But results for who? The wealthiest Americans saw their fortunes grow under your tax cuts. But working families, they're still struggling." Trump jumped in. "That's not true. Unemployment was at record lows." "Let him finish," the timekeeper said gently. Barack continued. "I'm not saying you accomplish nothing. I'm saying leadership isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's about whether people feel safe, heard, valued." The debate continued. Healthcare, immigration, foreign policy, the economy. Trump was aggressive, interrupting, attacking, using the same tactics that had worked in previous debates. But Obama didn't take the bait. He stayed calm. He responded with facts, with empathy, with vision. By the 90-minute mark, something shifted. The audience could feel it. Trump was getting frustrated. Obama was getting stronger. The final topic was character. "Barack," Trump said during his turn, "you talk about character, but you weaponized the IRS against conservatives. You spied on my campaign. You left this country weaker." Obama listened. When his turn came, he spoke directly to the camera. "Character is what you do when nobody's watching. It's how you treat people who can't do anything for you. It's whether you tell the truth even when a lie would benefit you." He turned to Trump. "You attacked my wife, not her policies, not her ideas. Her, personally. You questioned her love for this country. You insulted her appearance, her intelligence." The room went silent. "That tells me everything I need to know about your character, Donald. When you're threatened, when you're scared, when you're losing, you attack, you demean, you diminish." Trump started to respond, but Obama wasn't finished. "Real leaders lift people up. They inspire. They unite. They show us what we can be, not what we fear." The timekeeper called time. 2 hours exactly. Both men stood. They shook hands again. This time, Obama held the grip a moment longer. "Good luck," Barack said quietly. Trump said nothing. The debate ended. The analysts immediately began dissecting every moment. Polls were taken. Social media exploded with reactions. But something had changed. Obama hadn't just defended Michelle. He had reminded America what leadership looked like. Not through insults, not through attacks, but through dignity, substance, and unwavering character. The nation had its answer, and it was stunning.